We call it renderings. You had the renderings, then you try to go get them loans, and ain't nobody loan you that money. You ain't even built the GU in the studio yet. That might be why when I stood next to Meech, your knees buckled. Your knees buckled. Put your back against the wall. You're hustler.
50 Cent says he gave the BMF family $5 million legal dollars, so he does not understand where the money went, how Little Meech blew it before Big Meech got out of jail, but he feels extremely betrayed after that picture got taken between Big Meech and Rick Ross after he got out of jail.
Lil Meech didn't just turn his back on 50 Cent. He allegedly finessed a $10 million bag and linked up with 50's biggest rival to make it happen. After years of loyalty, mentorship, and even covering his rehab tab, 50 got hit with the coldest betrayal, and he never saw it coming. Now Rick Ross is sliding into the mix. Private messages are leaking left and right, and it looks like 50's about to handle this mess the hard way. But before all this backstabbing drama blew up, there was trust and a bag, and 50 straight up handed it to him. When 50 picked Demetrius Lil Meech Flannery Jr. to play his real-life father, the legendary Big Meech, in the BMF series on Starz, it wasn't just another casting call. It was a full-on golden ticket. Lil Meech wasn't even acting at the time. He was grinding in the rap game, trying to find his lane. Hollywood wasn't knocking, but 50? He saw raw potential. He believed in the kid so much, he sent him to acting school for 2 whole years and paid every cent from his own pocket. He didn't just cast him, he created a star, but 50 didn't stop there. Oh no. Behind closed doors, he was wiring money to the family too. According to 50, he helped them lock in over $5 million in clean, legit funds, the type of paper you build a legacy on. This wasn't just a role. 50 had a vision. Spin-offs, movie deals, multiple seasons. If everything stayed tight, the BMF brand could have pulled in $30 to $50 million over time. For a family that once ruled the streets, this was their shot to flip the script and go all the way legit. While Big Meech sat behind bars, he watched his son blow up, his name back in the spotlight, but this time on prime time. And the mastermind behind it all? Not a lawyer, not a street guy, not even a fellow rapper. It was 50 Cent, the businessman who took the BMF brand off the block and put it on every screen across the country. 50 didn't just keep the story alive, he made it iconic. He turned BMF into a household name and set the stage for the next generation to cash in big. And what's wild? He stayed quiet about it the whole time. For years, 50 played it cool. Never bragged about the millions he dropped, never demanded credit, never flexed on social media. But now, things are different, and the mask is off. People keep asking why 50 is tripping so hard over some missing money. But let's be real. The talk is he needed that investment to come through. Even Rick Ross been throwing shade, claiming 50's been struggling, and he didn't stop there. He went straight for the jugular. The game shifted when Big Meech got out of prison last October. The kingpin behind one of the biggest street empires in US history was finally free, and everyone thought a reunion with 50 was a done deal. Folks expected interviews, press runs, maybe even a massive BMF documentary co-signed by the real Meech himself. And this wasn't just some random handshake or bumping into each other at an industry event. Nah, this was full-on promo mode. Car shows, concerts, the whole nine. Big Meech came home and was all over Instagram with Rick Ross like they'd been best friends since the Sandbox. Posing up, smiling, showing love, but not a single word for 50.
Look, 50. Boy, I see you struggling making that G-Unit film studio out there in Louisiana where that cheapest land at. You thought you was gonna be able to do it. You thought you was gonna be able to get them loans, and it ain't. What's wrong? What's taking so long? I know you wanna make your mama one of them walking stars thing put down there. Your mama live, nigga, her own walking star.
No thank you, no nod, not even a tag. Nothing. That wasn't just betrayal, that was straight up disrespect. And you could tell it was planned. At first, 50 stayed quiet. But if you know anything about him, silence don't mean peace. It means he's plotting. And now people are asking, where did all that money go? Because it sure ain't sitting in the family's bank accounts. 50 claims he helped secure over $5 million in clean money for them from the BMF series. All legit. He even put Lil Meech through acting school and paid the whole bill himself. Then 50 called it out online with a brutal message. Why old boy ain't look out for me after I paid for acting school? Big screech. All your people did nothing for him. You come home thinking you the Black Pablo Escobar and fed him up. I helped your family make over $5 million legit dollars. It's not my fault it's all gone. You want to shine so bad you're wearing the baby's jewelry. They give the baby back his jewelry. That was a sting. And yet somehow Big Meech was still broke. And Lil Meech? He's out here selling promo videos for $500 a piece just to keep up. Of course, 50 couldn't let that slide. He jumped on Instagram clowning him with Big Screech, got Meech doing promos, $500 a pop. Get you one while it lasts. But 50 didn't stop there, not even close. Just when folks thought he'd cooled off, he hit the internet with the ultimate troll move. A whole GoFundMe page. Yup, a GoFundMe for Big Meech. And let's be real, there's a very good chance 50 made it himself just to stir the pot. That's exactly his brand of chaos. No matter who made that GoFundMe, the second 50 Cent posted it, the internet went crazy. The page claimed Big Meech needed help covering his bills, including a $30,000 a month Airbnb. And of course, 50 had to sprinkle in his own signature shade with the caption, "Help Big Screech pay his $30,000 Airbnb." That's one of P's cribs. Shout out to quality control. And guess what? 50 wasn't done clowning yet. Not even close. He doubled back again, this time dragging rapper 42 Doug into the mess. 50 posted that Doug allegedly handed Big Meech $100,000 and followed it up with a sharp jab. "Your daddy, my ninja. You made a mistake giving Screech $100K. You could have given that to your ninjas. You've been hard-headed." Naturally, 42. Doug clapped back on IG, standing tall for Meech and his city. "Can't no ninja convince me to go against Detroit. Either show me Big Bra a rat or shut the F up talking to me." But for real, how does a former kingpin with a hit TV show inspired by his name end up begging for help with the rent? Tony Yayo dropped a major hint during an interview. According to him, right after Big Meech got released, he was out here asking Lil Baby for financial help. Even more wild? He was reportedly upset that his own son wasn't helping him out. Now let's talk Lil Meech, because he's not exactly making things better. According to Yayo, Lil Meech is out here treating money like it's got an expiration date. Dropping $100K on Chrome Hearts jeans, dropping $500,000 on a flashy BMF chain. Like, sir, your pops is struggling to keep a roof over his head, and you're flexing in designer jeans and iced-out watches? When 50 hit that unfollow button on Lil Meech, the streets took notice. The vibe? Broke, but trying to look rich. And Tony Yayo? He didn't sugarcoat a thing. The whispers started flying, folks saying 50 wasn't even mad they spent the money. He was mad they burned through it with no plan, no savings, no investments, just wild spending like tomorrow wasn't coming. So just when it felt like 50 might let it slide, he went full savage again. Word in the streets? 50 allegedly bought the halfway house Big Meech is legally required to stay in. That's right. The man who once controlled $1 billion street empire might now be paying rent to 50 Cent. And you already know 50 didn't keep that quiet. In an interview, he flat out smirked and said, "Business is business." Then came the real heat. "I'ma put that ninja on toilet duty, cleaning up felonish all day." So yeah, Meech might be out of prison. But free? Not even close. Fans couldn't get enough. One commenter wrote, "50 is a real savage. This is the greatest burn I've ever heard." Another said, "He makes my whole month." But not everybody's buying it. Some say 50's just doing what he does best, trolling at the highest level. One user called cap on the whole thing, saying, "This story right here is complete and utter BS." They're claiming Meech might not even be in a halfway house. But let's be real, this is 50 Cent we're talking about. If anyone's petty enough to pull off a stunt this bold, it's him. Man's got the money and the mindset to turn a joke into reality. Meanwhile, Lil Meech made his stance loud and clear. He hopped on IG and posted, "Before I asked God for anything, I made sure I asked him to bring my father home to my family. My prayers were answered. I love you, Dad. Death before dishonor." Lil Meech made it crystal clear. He's riding for Big Meech until the grave. But what made it worse? It started looking like they were teaming up with Rick Ross to milk the BMF name. The same Ross who never lifted a finger to keep that brand alive. When your biggest enemy suddenly turns into your new day one? Yeah, that's when things get real personal. Ross didn't waste a second. The moment Big Meech came home, he slithered in like a pro, setting up a flashy welcome home concert, getting Meech to co-sign it, and launching promos like it was the second coming of the streets. But let's be honest, this wasn't about music. This was chess. Ross offered Meech a quick check and moved him like a piece on the board. It wasn't brotherhood, it was business and spite. And 50? He saw the play a mile away. But Ross wasn't the only name in the mix. Enter Floyd Mayweather, another name 50 ain't exactly cool with. You remember that viral video, right? So when Lil Meech showed up at Lucky Strike in Miami, chillin' with Floyd Mayweather and Rick Ross, that hit 50 right where it hurts. And it wasn't just a hangout. Meech came ready with an exclusive merch drop from his Red Letters X Once collab and even gifted Floyd some pieces. Just to spice things up even more, Big Meech popped in on a phone call, laughing it up with Floyd and Ross like they were family. But they didn't stop there. Floyd took Lil Meech car shopping. Then it was off to pick out some jewelry. After that, a little arcade time like it was nothing. And to top it all off, they wrapped the night courtside at a Lakers game in LA. Meanwhile, 50's watching his former protege live it up with two of his biggest rivals. And the betrayal? It just kept getting deeper. You already know 50 Cent does not play when it comes to loyalty. So when he saw Lil Meech kicking it with two of his biggest ops, Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather, that was the last straw. 50 went straight to IG and posted a video of Meech and Ross together, cracking a joke. "You tell your pops I'ma look out. What's the address? I'ma send some wings over there." But like clockwork, 50 deleted it soon after. Classic 50 move. But make no mistake, this one cut deep. This wasn't just business for 50. This was personal. According to him, he didn't just launch Lil Meech's acting career. He might have saved his life. 50 claimed Meech wasn't just wildin' with money. He was wildin' on set. In one post, he wrote, "I thought about it. I think he was uncomfortable with me and Mimi's relationship. I'm telling Mimi I don't want him doing doctor. He's telling him he used to do X like it's cool. I tell Mimi, chill, stop spending all your money. He telling him how much money he blew. People don't know. I had to send Mimi to rehab." Then 50 dropped even more tea, alleging that Lil Meech pulled up to set so high the whole cast and crew noticed. He claimed actor Russell Hornsby clocked it instantly. Meech was apparently throwing up during a weapons test, and 50 said his team even found whippets in Meech's truck. I said, "What the heck is a whippet?" I look it up. It's the stuff in baby gun canisters. To back it all up, 50 even posted a clip of Gene Deal co-signing everything, confirming Lil Meech's off-the-rails behavior behind the scenes. 50 says he quietly sent Lil Meech to rehab, paid for everything, kept it low-key, didn't tell a soul in the press. He wasn't looking for clout. He was trying to protect the kid. But once the loyalty disappeared, so did the mercy. 50 felt played, not just by Meech, but by the whole family. And when that hit him, he snapped. Back to Instagram he went, and this time, he wasn't just throwing shade. He brought receipts and called out a name the streets know well, Tammy Cowens, Big Meech's former business partner. 50 posted a screenshot of a convo between him and Tammy, where he asked straight up, "Did Meech know you were allegedly snitching while he was locked up?" Tammy's response? Yep. And 50 didn't stop there. He hit the caption with, "Tammy Cowens, the truth and nothing but the truth. Coming soon book." To drive the point home, he attached the text receipts to a carousel of BMF stills. But with one bold move, he blurred out Lil Meech's face in every single photo. literally scribbled over the lead actor of his own show like he was erasing an X. If that's not classic 50 Cent behavior, what is? But it didn't end there. In another now-deleted post, 50 dropped private texts from Lil Meech himself. And this time, Meech was begging to make things right. One message read, "They just told me you unfollowed me on Instagram. Now you mad at me? I would take the shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act like I'm your enemy. I've only shown love and loyalty. I'm human. I go through my own stuff, but I never switched up on you." Then Lil Meech did the unthinkable. He threw his own father under the bus. In a comment, he said, "Ross, he gave my dad some bread so he could pay his bills until our next season starts." And just like that, the internet exploded. Fans were confused, shocked, some even saying, "You know 50 in real life, and you still playing him like this?" But for 50, it was too late. He clapped back with one icy line. "What next season?" That hit hard. Fans instantly took it as confirmation. BMF might be done, and so might Lil Meech's whole career. Because let's be honest, how can you keep getting money with someone you don't trust? And Big Meech? He made his loyalty loud and clear. Not with 50, not even with the man who built the show around his life. Now here's where it gets real dark. What if this wasn't just a betrayal? What if Big Meech was sabotaging his own son? Yeah, sounds wild. But that theory's been picking up steam. And when you look at the bigger picture, it kinda checks out. At first, it looked like the usual industry mess. 50 being petty, Ross doing what Ross does, Big Meech chasing a quick bag post-prison. But if you zoom out, this whole thing's giving more father of his son energy than any label beef. Some fans think Big Meech couldn't handle his son becoming the face of his own legacy. That twisted kind of jealousy, where your child's success makes you feel forgotten instead of proud. So what happens? You start acting out. You cozy up to your kid's enemies. You sabotage the very bridges your son still needs to cross. And that's the real heartbreak. This could have been a legendary redemption story. A father and son empire reborn. But instead, it's starting to look like the collapse of a dynasty. A man came home and tried to outshine the son who kept his name alive. And in doing so, he might have ruined both their futures. With 50 stepping away, BMF is hanging by a thread. Starz hasn't confirmed another season, and 50 already warned this might be the end. Meanwhile, Rick Ross, he legally can't touch a BMF film. 50 owns those rights, but the damage, it might already be done. So the question now is, did Lil Meech really snake 50 for $10 million? Or was this a setup all along, with Big Meech pulling strings from behind bars? Was this one big betrayal dressed up as loyalty? Or did 50 just back the wrong one from the very start? Let us know what you think. And if you want more raw, unfiltered tea, don't miss what's coming next. Because this story, it's far from over.